Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour, Sip C, episode 14, with the one and only special guest. The champ is in the building, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. What's happening, my man?
Yeah, what an intro.
Big dog. The big dog is in the house. Undisputed.
Wearing my champ shirt and all, mate. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, what's happening, big dog? Yo, it's a pleasure to have you on, man. We wanted to save the bullet for when you come down. You know, we figured you were gonna be coming down to Phuket eventually to get your little mini camp in, your little pre-camp session. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I was like, man, me and JP were like, we've been buzzing on the episode for like when we're gonna have you on, and then I guess it looks like we're just gonna have to work with what we got right now. You know what I mean? Because we don't even know when we're gonna see each other in the flesh.
100%. I would have definitely come over. You know, Tiger, and got some of my camp done. You know, if I was defending that belt, but just now it's just no one knows what's happening. You know, I don't think that card's going to happen. I think you know, they might be announcing that soon. That probably it won't be happening. But look, nothing's certain. You know, I mean, we just don't know what's going on. So I definitely would have been there. But hey, we're doing it on here. This is just the way of the life right now. This is how everything gets done. This is how business is getting done. This is how podcasts are getting done through the apps. What can we do?
Hey, you know more than anybody, dog. You're a family man. You're a hustler. You're a grind dog. Since before, see, that's the thing where people don't know about the champ, dog. You see, you're not the champ overnight, right? You don't just start winning fights and become the champ. You got to be the champ before anybody knows you're the champ. Before you even know the champ, you got to be acting like a champ, walking like a champ. And I know you've been grind dogging for a long time. Hey, adapt and overcome, right? How for a lot of your MMA career, I know you were working as a bricklayer, dog, doing real work. You know what I'm saying? Supporting for the family.
That's it.
So
concreter. Yeah, man. Yeah, same thing. Bricklayer, concreter, both hard jobs. But yeah, that's it, man. From I don't know. I swear, even before I was fighting, anything I really put my mind to, anything I tried, I was always pretty good at. You know what I mean? Whether someone come and arm wrestle me, I'll always hold my own, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, wrestle, I'll always do good. Football, I've done real good, you know. I don't know, I guess I'm just, I've always been naturally, you know, very strong. Yeah. And that goes a long way. But, you know what I mean? Not just that, always hard work, you know what I mean? I've always been a person that will push myself mentally and physically, you know. And if you're doing that since a kid, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, you're never going to be shy to hard work. You know, hard work is just, it becomes the norm. Hell, you know what I mean? You go there, you bust your ass your whole life. That's just normal. It's going to hurt every time, but I'm used to hurting, you know, and I'm used to being in that grind, so it just doesn't matter.
We live in the pain. We thrive in the pain. Thrive in it, baby. Oh, hell yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. And in the times right now, same thing. We're just going to have to adapt and overcome. So we're doing the podcast. Man. Right now, in this time that we're not able to train and stuff like that, we can get better at stuff that we normally wouldn't do, you know? I saw you've been busy on the podcast scene. Man. You've been putting in some good work, huh? You did the one with Dan Hooker. Man, I'm just
social media. Look, I should have always picked up my social media game. I was always getting a little lazy, but, you know, that's no excuse. So right now, that's all a part of what we do, right? And I guess right now, because of what's happening, it really made me be like, all right, you got no excuses. You ain't like, even though I'm still training, I'm training at home. It's easy for me to work out an easy schedule while I'm still spending a lot of time with the family. And you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's weird. So again, you adapt to whatever situation. And right now, all right, I can't be training and better, you know, even though I am still doing that, but you know, I'm not doing my wrestling, my grappling and pads or anything like that. So I can't sharpen my martial arts skills right now. But there's so many other things I can do, like you said, whether it's podcast, build my profile, you know, and then just, you know, whether I'm doing yoga at home, I'm doing a lot of strength and conditioning, a lot of running. So I'm still working on other things that I don't usually get to. I can really treat my body with, you know, with stretching and yoga, whatever it is. And then not just that, get to focus 100% on the family, give them a lot of time. And while I'm doing that, smash the social media and, you know, get them numbers up, build the profile, do what needs to be done. So it's okay. Right now I've adapted and I'm okay, but it's only been a couple of weeks, so
yeah.
We'll see with time. But again, I've always been a guy that's comfortable. I'll make myself comfortable in any of this situation. Again, we're adapting. So you know, I'm not going to shy away from what needs to be done while we're stuck in the stuck in the house or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like we're all doing little mini time sessions in our homes, you know? We're all doing little little mini 60-day, 30-day sessions, and it's good, man. Like you said, it's nice to try different things, you know? Enjoy the peace and quiet a little bit too, maybe, you know? But hey, man, so...
Yeah, man, well...
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good, what are you saying?
No, that I was going to say, no, it's just good to enjoy the peace and quiet a little bit, you know what I mean? And what's it called? Yeah. Since you've been champ, and things have been changed, I'm sure you've been pretty busy, right? So I'm sure it's going to be like a little bit of a, once you get that belt and it's just like, shoo, and now all of a sudden with all this, it's kind of like a crazy time for this to be happening, you know?
Yeah, man. Obviously, things pick up. Obviously, when you're, walking the streets or you go to other MMA events now and that, you're going to be recognized a lot more. But, everyone's respectful anyway. Everyone's cool. A lot of people just say hello. And, even though I'm friendly, I'll have a chat to whoever it is. Me, you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
And, with the media obligations, there's going to be a little bit more, but I'm all for it. Especially right now, there's no excuse to not be doing it. I should be working on, if I can't be fighting and training full time, or like, in the gym, doing 3-4 sessions a day, then I can be doing as many podcasts as I can, being as many newspapers as I can, be in front of people's faces, be in everyone's face, you know what I mean? That's what needs to be done. And again, I've got the time to do it now. Like you said, once you're champ, there's a lot more people asking. But right now, I can at least do most of them. Yeah, before, the management will just try and sort of just schedule things and make it not too crazy. And, but right now, it's like, oh, why not? Go out. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Help out people doing like there's some articles, journalists, whatever it is. And not just that, they can help build the profile as well.
Hey, can you guys do can you do hunting right now during this right now? You think it's all right to go hunting, or you probably have to stay in, huh? You think it's safe to go out there?
100%. I reckon you should be. I think you could go to a farm and you're isolated, aren't you? As long as you have your own farm or something, if you're not crossing borders, I think you definitely can. And I think for someone to stop that, I think we're still allowed to go get takeaway from shops and the schools still going. So if that's okay, how can't someone be on a farm all by themselves? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense if you're gonna. I don't know the exact rules, but I'm guessing it'll be okay. I've even thought about going out, like taking the fam, like get an RV or something and go to a farm and just hang out there and do my training. As long as I still got internet, do all the social media, do it, like just a whole heap of cool shit.
Hey, that'll be sick, man. You can get like a little film crew going with you too, maybe get some outdoor stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Some like hunting with Volk and do some cooking, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's me. That's all me, man. Like the adventure Volk.
Yeah.
I love a good adventure Volk. That's what I mean. That's what I'm all about. I love that stuff.
And
we're probably stuck here for like 3 months. They reckon at least we're going to be in this situation right now. So for us in Australia, at least 3 months.
Fuck, man, that's crazy. And if it is going to be Walking Dead and it is the end of the world, right now is the time to load up some fresh meat. You know what I'm saying? You need to get as much deer and pig as you can and keep it in the freezer nice and stocked, ready to go, And if you already got some nice farm seclusion, get a nice little barbed wire fence, get a little perimeter, and you can just train and stay sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Live off the land. It's been happening for forever, so
yeah.
Look, man, I know, again, like I said, I can always adapt to whatever situation I'm in. So if I'm out on the farm, just with the fam, Adventure Volk will come out, we'll get that food, we'll get them fires going, I'll get the sticks going, I'll get it all happening.
Yo, you don't even need shoes, dog. They don't even know you don't even need shoes. If you guys don't know,
yeah, man, Australia. Oh yeah, exactly right.
If you guys don't know, when I met Volk his first week in Australia, when he came to Muay Thai class, he didn't have shoes, and we gotta run like 3 kilometers before class, and I'm just running with you. I'm just running next to you, and you're just barefooted trotting along. You know what I'm saying, on the cement around the whole camp.
Oh really? I didn't even know that. Is that what you're talking about? I thought you meant when we were because we're in New Zealand. And we're barefoot in the shopping centre.
Yeah.
And that was I was a champ at that stage too. So this was only a few weeks ago, really, a month or something ago. Here I am, the the UFC featherweight champ walking around barefoot through a grocery store.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah, it's staying true to the nature. You know what I'm saying? That was awesome, yo.
That's it, mate. I'll be me to the day I die. That's it.
Oh man, yo, that was the last time I saw you in New Zealand. Thank God for that trip, yo, because that's just before all this stuff happened, you know, in New Zealand.
Exactly, man.
You came down to see all the boys.
It was good. So we done that, and then I had to go to Vegas. And even when we were in Vegas for Izzy's fight, it wasn't too crazy yet. Like, it was still, people were talking about it a lot more, but it was still at a point where I don't even think they were talking about shutting down flights and things like that. It started slowing down. I thought on the way there, the coronavirus their plane would have been empty, but it still wasn't. On the way back, it was a bit more empty. And then as soon as we got back, literally the next day, that's when I think Australian sports, American sports, the basketball was like one of the first that cancelled the whole or postponed the whole, you know what I mean? So that happened straight after, and I was like, oh shit, this shit's getting real, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't really hit close to home till you started seeing all these events and sports things sort of canning it, and then you thought, oh, wait a second, like this is actually affecting the whole world, not just certain, you know what I mean? It's weird. That's when everyone really thought, okay, we better do things properly now. And it's weird because I still try and just go through the day as normal as I can, but I mean, you just got to remember that there's a lot of rules that you got to go by at the moment. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing all the time, but still try and be dad, still try and do as many activities, still try and get him out of the house, but while obeying all the rules right now.
Man, yeah. Hey, how was the vibe like in Vegas, man, for the fights so the coronavirus was already kind of around, huh? You guys got in and out just in time of the States.
Mate, yeah. Honestly, I don't think no one, like, everyone was still training, everyone was still doing everything over there. No one was really worried about it. I think Vegas was still busy. I think it slowed down a little bit. But it was, I don't know. I don't think it. Again, it was like everyone was just like, "Oh, we don't have to worry about it right now. It hasn't hit here yet, so we'll just go about our business." That's how it was, and then literally within days, everything just And then I'm seeing like a week or two after in Vegas, I've seen the streets. It's completely dead. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's just, every day something's changing, but I don't know. It seems to be the last few days. Or the last week, maybe. I don't know. It's like the rules aren't changing as much. The numbers, you're not hearing crazy numbers. I guess I don't watch enough news, but I feel like maybe things are starting to get a little bit under more control rather than, I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I not looking? What do you think? What's it like in America? Is it still spiking?
I don't know, because they said that like in the next 2 weeks. I heard like in the next 2 weeks, they said it's gonna be spiking at the worst numbers. So
okay.
And then Thailand, the Thailands are shut from April 10th to April 30th. So like we have a few more days left now, and then the airport's about to get shut for 20 days.
Oh, okay.
And then and in Thailand, it's all right now. Like there's people here. There's curfew from 8 p.m. to I think 5 in the morning, and then work has been done for 2 weeks. Like the gym has been closed for 2 weeks now. So last week was our second week being closed. This is going to be going on the third now. So it's getting a little bit crazy now in Thailand. Bangkok's a lot worse, But we'll see, man. We'll see. Like and then Singapore, they just got shut down for a month. Like where they had a little bit of the virus a month or two ago, and then they kind of got over it, and then now they're shut down for another month to take another precautions. So it's like making a little comeback, I think, but hopefully it's over. Like praise, you know what I'm saying? But yo, when you were in Vegas, man, I didn't even know you were gonna go on the Joe Rogan podcast, Doug. How did that come about? Is that in California or in Vegas?
That was in California. So I went straight after Vegas. I went and done an LA tour, like MMA media tour. Sorry. So I went that straight away the next day. And I knew about it like the week before, because I was meant to do a luncheon at home, and like the Friday. We ended up getting back. We would have made it, but we weren't sure because that media tour was sort of late notice. We knew about Joe Rogan, then we're going to try and get as much as we could while we were in LA. and we ended up coming like on the Thursday. So I ended up canning my luncheon I was going to do, like postponing it. And obviously we wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because of what's happening. But it's just, yeah, it was cool, man. Obviously be going on there, doing the media tour, even though I think I've already told you, I was in a bad sort. Vegas got me, Vegas got me hard. So Footy Volk was in Vegas and was struggling for the first 2 days in LA, but we got through it. It didn't end up too bad, I don't think.
Yeah. So. And you were with the Big Joe?
Hey?
You were with Joe?
Joe come with me yet.
Yeah, that's good, man. Hey.
Joe was there, and then yeah.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, then we just come back, and then again we were sort of like, oh, should we be careful, because it wasn't really the rules then. And then the rules come out a couple of days later that if you come from overseas, you need to quarantine yourself straight away. So that was a new rule. So we didn't actually have to do it, but we thought to ourselves, oh look, we better not train with other people. Me and him would just train together and just sort of quarantine ourselves. So that's what we done. But and like I said, it was just absolute chaos after that. That's when everything just started going nuts.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. Yo, same thing with us, man. Like, I got a little bit, I started taking like a little bit of my own precautions, you know what I mean? Like training wise, because I was teaching at the gym at Tiger and stuff like that. And then I was like, all right, like,
yeah.
And then me and JP, we have been like we've been now I have like a small circle between like 3 or 4 of us, and it's just me, JP at the house. And then like 3 or 4 of us, so I've been like 2 weeks now clean, not touching nobody. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know what the deal is with that, you know what I mean? But as far as we're concerned, but yeah, it's all right, man. We're just cooking a lot, I said, yo, if this, I don't know how long we're gonna be in quarantine for, but I got a bunch of recipes from my restaurant that I'm gonna open up in like 10 years. So
here we go.
I'm just thinking up names for some of my favorite dishes. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. What have you been cooking? What's one of your main dishes?
All right. So I've been making like a lot of little breakfast things. You know what I'm saying? You know the latte one? I've been redoing the latte one. You know the latte from Phuket? From
which one's that?
In Phuket, the one. All right, so I've been doing the
I know that. I'm just
I've been getting the granola, the one with the oatmeal, the peanut butter, and a little bit of yogurt, and then I mix up the fruits. Throw a little bit of cinnamon on there and honey. Yeah, that's been a go-to.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Hey, I'm
all about that, man. That's my weight cut. That's when I'm cutting weight. That's my go-to, oats. Man, I get my quick oats. I usually put a little bit of milk and water.
Yeah.
Or skim milk if you got or whatever. Then I put peanut butter. I put like banana, and I put Natvia. My Natvia.
Yeah.
That I always put on. I chuck a bit of that on, and cinnamon. Cinnamon, that's the trick, man. And love it, and it fills me up. Like the amount that I'm meant to have.
Yeah.
Because I'm meant to have like more than, but I mean, I get too full, so I don't bother. I literally have, 2/3 of what I'm meant to, like if that, you know what I mean? Like, because it fills me up. It's the ultimate, I reckon, wake up meal, because it's you can make it pretty clean.
Yeah.
And yeah, good source of energy, and it tastes good.
And you eat it anytime, right?
Yeah, you can. I have it usually I have it every morning, especially when I'm away. If I'm like in New Zealand for the camp and I've got to do my own shopping, that's all I'll do. I'll just do that easy, bang, bang, go smash a session, and then cook up the rest of my feeds. I love my cooking, though.
Yeah, you gotta get
lunch and dinner as well. So I've been doing some cooking here. We actually got today. I've got a defrosting right now. It's a brisket,
Ooh.
But I'm going to smoke it up and I'm going to put it, but it's already cooked. You get them from Woolworths, because I ain't going to do an 8 to 12-hour shift. I ain't going to do that. Not yet, anyway. So I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll get one that's already made, and I'll take it in there, because you still need to reheat it in the oven. So I'll reheat it in my Weber, smoke it up again, and then have that fresh off the coal and my Weber. So I'm looking forward to that.
And you're gonna throw some barbecue. What about the side items, dog? What are we looking for sides? Are you gonna come hard with the side items?
Well, because I was still trying to eat a little bit better, because the last couple of days I went nuts, but knowing me, Sunday night I'm gonna go nuts again anyway. But I don't know. We had a salad. We had a nice cabbage salad that we like. I love it. It's like my dad's recipe, or I think it's a Macedonian recipe. Plain, it's simple as. It's literally cabbage with oil, vinegar, and salt. That's it. But I mean, I love it. They're so nice. and that would have been good. That would have went well with the brisket, I reckon, and maybe some chips. I'll probably make some sweet potato chips. But the kids, when they went climbing through our fridge this morning to try and get some cheese, they smashed it all over the floor. So no cabbage salad for me tonight.
The cabbage went down.
It went down and smashed it. It was early in the morning too. Me and Emma were just in bed. The kids were up, and then they went outside, and we're like, man, it's quiet. And then we just hear up.
R.I.P. Was it like in a glass?
It was in a glass, yeah, big glass. Actually, you just reminded me, that's my only glass salad bowl. So, shit, I got to get another one.
And I got a good Christmas gift. I got a good birthday gift to give you if the quarantine ever when the quarantine finishes. Yeah, I gotta keep this in the. I'm gonna JP check mark this part. I got you on the dope ass salad pool, dog. Hey, what's the first thing you ate after you became the champ? Like, all right, like
first thing I ate,
like the meal, not like the meal after the fight when your stomach's still shrunken. I'm talking about like after you get home and you're like, all right, I want a good feed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because after we do I'm trying to think now because I don't even think I went to the green room. Because we usually go to the green room straight after the fight. You go there and like you watch the rest of the fights in there. But I mean, I don't think I had done that. So when I was on the ESPN, they had like cookies and a couple of little burgers and that they had there. But again, I was just quickly ate some of that while I went on TV. But I can't remember. I'm actually disappointed. I didn't get a massive feed. The next morning I went and got not In-N-Out burger. What's the other one? Shake Shack.
Ooh, I never had it before, but I heard it's really good. Is as good as they say?
Shake Shack. It was good. It's good. It is good.
Yeah.
Just a nice little, burger. Yeah, I like it. Like nice little, because I haven't done In-N-Out burger. I haven't done that yet. They reckon they're both pretty close.
You haven't? Okay. Oh, I have done Shake Shack. I think they have a Shake Shack in Miami now. It's brand new. I had Shake Shack. In-N-Out burger. Okay. Me too. I've never had In-N-Out burger, but Shake Shack is good. They're kind of small burgers, right?
Yeah, little small burgers, just plain. I think they got like it depends which ones you get, but I think it's just got like the tomato, onion, patty, cheese, and the sauce. That's it. But sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, something about I don't know if it's like
sometimes a little is more. Yeah, what do they say? Less is more. Is that what they say? That's the saying,
sometimes more is less.
Sometimes more is less, or you can go opposite. Yeah,
or sometimes less is more.
That's it. That's the thought. Yeah.
I guess that's the bad way. I guess if you're like saying bad, right? Like, oh yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes less. Yeah, less is more, yo. Yeah. I learned that. Because
that's how I like my pizza.
Yes,
that's how I like my pizza too.
Yo,
less is more. Some people.
Who taught you that? How do you know that?
What's it? You're the same?
This is real. All right. So I'll tell you my philosophy on this, on how I know this. But who told you this less is more on pizza? This is you need to let the people know, bro. This is veteran eater stuff right here. It's so true.
Just from tasting it, really, because I used to love toppings. I used to actually be like, I just thought, oh yeah, more toppings better. You know, me just thinking like that. Me being a front rower back in my 97 kilo days, I'm like, just pile that shit on. But right now, like, you know what? It was from Thailand, from like Agliamichi. Like a lot of times I would get the pizza from there.
Yeah.
And they would only have like a bit of onion, bit of mushroom, and like the cheese, and they have like a little bit of the salami.
Yeah, yes.
Spread out a little bit everywhere with the sauce. That's all you need.
It was
fantastic. Like, man, that's it, and it's tasty. That's how they do it. That's how they do it in Italy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, man.
I think they got it. Yeah, I don't think they cake it on.
This is proper. So I used to work at I worked in a few restaurants, you know what I'm saying, in my time, dog. And I used to work at this like nice Italian restaurant, but it was a pizza place. It was like a fancy Italian pizza restaurant. And that's what they that's what they taught us in training. They're like, the chef was like real specific about how they'll make the pizza. And he's like, hey, if people ask for pizza,
and he said that.
He's like, yo, if people want toppings, he's like, you tell them no. You be like, listen, you get 2-3 toppings, no more than like 2, maybe 3. He's like, if they say something, you just explain to them that, you know, you got to leave taste for the pizza. If you just overload toppings, you're not going to enjoy it. You got to let the cheese and the crust and everything, the sauce, there's a layer, you know, it's a process. You feel me?
Well, that's it. Why do you think cheese pizza's so good? Because of the base?
Yo,
sauce and the cheese.
You can't beat a nice
bit
cheese
of that
pizza.
Just to complement it, and that's it. I'm hearing you. I'm agreeing. So I remember when I went to actually New York, they do some good pizzas there. And I went to one of the ones over there, and just the cheese pizza from there, from the sauce and the cheese and the way they cook their base and that. Woo.
Yeah, a good pepperoni.
One piece is about like that big.
Yeah, the portions are massive in everything, especially in New York, yo. It's crazy,
Mate,
right?
They are in
you
America.
get a bang for a buck for one slice.
So I want to know. I'm pretty sure entree means main meal in America.
Yeah. Entree is like.
See, entree in Australia.
What's entree?
Entree is like just the appetizer.
Oh, so I think appetizer would be like.
That's
starter.
what I used to. Yeah, that's all, because that's what the entree is, like our starter. So we would always go do that. Me and Emma would do that, get a meal, and then we'll get an entree before it, and they'll come out a nachos entree even as a main meal, like a fucking mountain, fucking mountain of fucking nachos. And I'm like, this is a fucking entree? What the fuck's going on here? I go, that's like a dinner for fucking four.
Yeah,
like literally, that's how big it was.
It probably was.
It's crazy, man. It's insane.
Man, that's crazy.
Insane.
Hey, is your wife working right now? Is she off too? She's everybody's home, right?
No. She just like she doesn't work. She's with the kids.
Oh, true that.
And does stuff for us as well. So through I guess you could say through my company. So because I'm useless with all the paperwork and all that sort of stuff, so I keep her busy with that.
Yeah, that's good, man.
But yeah, man, like we're home. It's, like I said, it's not too bad. Like this whole thing, I get to spend a lot more time at home, even though I am always home. Like, but I mean, I'm training. Yeah, I'll be gone for a couple of hours in the morning. I'll be gone a couple of hours at night. Where now I'm just smash the workout at home, so I'm pretty much still engaging with them. And then I'm like straight away. I have the show and I'm there. I'm done. It's all good. So, and I'm with the family. So it's good. I mean, it's actually all right. I wish, if Emma knew how to do jiu-jitsu or wrestle or something like that, and we could just, I could get that in, mate. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just keeping fit. I'm training pretty hard. I'm pretty motivated right now. For some reason, I'm just motivated.
You got a bag?
I think it's because. Hey,
you got a bag at the house?
I don't have a bag. That's something that I need to get. But I'm just motivated, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the fact that, you don't really, you got an excuse. Like I said, I had a post the other day, like there's excuses to just chill right now. And then that just made me be like, well, that's why I'm going to train even harder, or not harder. But that's why I'm going to train and do more than what I'm sort of capable. I'll find more right now because I've got the excuses not to. So I'm going to separate. Everyone else can use the excuses. I don't want to use them. So that's sort of how I looked at it. Like I went for a hill sprint in it was pissing down, and that's sort of how I am right now. That's sort of how I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm at home. So's everyone. There's not much we can do, but there's still things we can do, and I'm going to make sure I get it done. So even if it is spending time, the activities I do with the family, I'm just going, you know what I mean? I'm trailing them. I've got a trailer on the back of my bike, going up hills, taking them, for big rides, because we've got teddy bears at the moment. We call it teddy bear hunt.
Yeah.
Everyone's putting it on their houses, at the front of their houses.
Okay.
So the kids can find them, like, while you're driving around. So be there's a teddy bear, so that's what we're doing. So I can do I'm getting mad workouts doing that, hill sprints, smashing sessions with the missus in the morning, doing strength programs still. So we're getting that work in. I'm motivated at the moment. I'm like, that's it. I'm doing podcasts. I'm going to do other podcasts on other people, get people on my show. I'll go on other people's show. I'll just smash out social media. I'm just motivated right now. I don't know what it is, but I think it's because I don't have to. I'm gonna. That's sort of how I'm
exactly.
thinking.
Yeah.
Tell me I don't want to, I'm going to tell you I'm gonna anyway.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, we're working while everybody else is sleeping. Everybody's thinking like, oh, this is a good time to relax and take a break. And like, all right, yeah, really? Okay, let's go run this hill. Let's go make life terrible. Make it hard.
Yeah, exactly. And I get that, and that's probably acceptable right now. All right, we're told not to go to work and all that. Let's just hang back and then chill, and good on them. Like, I'm not saying like you should be. You know what I mean? Like, you do what you can. Capitalize on this time, whether it is just time with your family. But right now, I get to spend time with family, but I still get to put that work in. My job is, I'm a fighter. That's my business. You know what I mean? Right now. So I can still work on these sort of things while I'm stuck in this situation. So I'm going to capitalize on it. So that's what I mean. A lot of other people, they don't have any options. They can't they can't go to work. A lot of people lost their jobs, and that's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So for me to sit there and be like, I'll go do something anyway, it's not really fair. They could be like, you know what, I'll just spend time with the family, give them a lot more attention, and relationships can be going a lot better. Obviously, they can go worse right now in these situations. It's just how people capitalize with this time that we have. Again, it's unfortunate, but we're stuck in it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean don't just bring yourself further down and don't let it roll on. We need to just capitalize and adapt, as you said, and just move forward and do what we've got to do to get us through and capitalize on whatever we can in these crazy situations.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know what the cool thing is, yo? We're all going, not the cool thing, but we're all going through it together, It's kind of like the great equalizer,
Yes, exactly right. Yep.
There's no excuse for anybody to be like, oh, well, this is happening to me, because it's not just happening to you. You can't say what's happening to you is happening to you to anybody. You can't complain about this to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's another great, that's one of the things too, It's like, like we're all going through it, So how you deal with it, like there's, it's just, hopefully we just take the best out of it, and the real worry for me is just the people that don't have, like you said, we have options, Thank God that we can podcast, and we've been training our whole lives, we can do these workouts at home, stay fit, stay motivated. Like some people, like if they could just work at the post office and they do that every day, you know what I mean? Like some people are going to be like out of work right now, and so that's the ones that hopefully they can have this, maybe look to this and things like of podcasts and stuff on make sure they stay motivated and doing the right thing also, It's crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. But
100%. Or if you haven't watched any series, go catch up on the series. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, go watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, man.
And just miss out on that last season. Man, I had to bring that up. I had to bring Game of Thrones up. Me and you have to.
That's there's so much. I have a thing here, and it's like I haven't touched none of it because we've just been chatting shit. I had so much, we've been. That's when we were a little bit. I was in America, man, but you were getting ready for Aldo during the last season, right? Because I think when I was in America,
I was, yes. I was, yeah.
Hey, that's kind of cool though when you have a camp and then you can look forward to Game of Thrones in the middle of camp to come home to him and just totally forget about. Like you got Aldo coming up, but tell me you weren't ready for those episodes, dog.
100%, man. That's exactly what was happening. Like I was keen because I had to do a lot of media for that.
Yeah.
Fighting Aldo and that. So there was the first episode come out, and I was in Sydney doing a heap of media, busy as schedule, and I told him that they need to clear my 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock because that's what time. I said, they had something there, and I told them, I go, look, something needs to happen. You need to change these times. I told them that. I literally said, you need to change these times. And then they're going, all right, let's see what we can do. They tried because I literally had, like, man, the schedule was crazy. And I was like, look, man, I know I'm so sorry, but we cannot change the times. It won't happen. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, you need to somehow make sure I can watch that episode. So I end up going to Fox that night.
Yeah.
And
what?
They end up, yes, I was at Fox. So they end up giving me a link. I'll probably get them in trouble. They end up giving me a link so I could watch the episode because I couldn't find it any other way. So they gave me links. So for the next couple of episodes, they would send me the link, so I got to watch the link because I couldn't find it any other way. It was hard for me because I'm not good with the computers, so I don't know how to find it or anything. So I ended up finding it even when I was in New Zealand. They were sending me the link, so that was pretty cool. But man, yeah, it was like in the right in the middle of the camp, watching Game of Thrones. So,
but what crazy. A bust! What the fuck is wrong with them, bro? They just tried us, dog. Yo, they just insulted us, dog. They just spit in our face, yo. It was the classic Joe Ray. They just pissed on us and told us it was raining. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, bro.
Man, I don't know. Is there something that? Did something happen? I don't know. Were they told that they couldn't do things? Because I don't know what it was, but man, it was a bit of a letdown. I just believe that they went. One thing that I just don't get is how deep. Like the reason why we love, and I'm sure you love it as well. We loved Game of Thrones because how deep and detailed everything was. The storylines were so detailed, like they are in the books. They try to make the movie like that. They went right in. You know what I mean? And really made you feel each situation. So you're so connected. I was so connected to the whole process. I absolutely hated the characters that were bad guys. Absolutely loved the good characters because I was deep. I was really connected because of the details. And then towards the end, they just threw all that out and just rushed everything. And then just when they wanted to, I don't know, surprise us with that crazy ending, it was just they tried to do it in one episode, and I was just like, "What have you done?" I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
mate, still hurts.
Did you like? Hurts me. Yeah, it hurts because what do you tell people that watch that? Like you encourage them, like, hey man, you gotta watch this episode, but don't get mad at me at the end. It's like, fuck, you know what I mean? They shot themselves in the foot with that one, you know.
Man, it's hard because they want to do a prequel, right?
Yeah.
They want to do a prequel, and I want to be on there. I want to tell them to put me even on the prequel. So I'm scared to throw heaps of dirt on them.
Yeah, no. You got to stay by your side, yo.
Man, I was about to go. I was thinking I was going to go vocal, but like, what have they done? But I just didn't do it. But now I'm starting to get a little more vocal. I'm like, nah. Who cares? I don't care. I'm pretty dirty on what they've done.
Yo, hey, but you are pretty man. If it would have been nice if they would have got you on the. It would have been nice if we would have been able to get you in the finale, you know, or maybe in the war scene. They wouldn't have even known you were there. You could have been one of the ghosts. And what did you like? What did you like that one scene? Did you like the dark night, the long night? Did you like that episode, the war at night in the middle of the night when you didn't see anything?
The war, yeah, that was alright.
It was alright, right?
I'm okay. Look, see, everyone loves the war scenes and the chaos and all that. Like, sometimes I can't get into them as much because it's just too much happening.
Yeah.
I actually like storylines better. I love the storyline. So a lot of people hate episodes because there wasn't a big fight or anything. I don't really care. I usually don't mind that. So then when all this stuff happened at the end, they just rushed them through things, and the storyline started like, I don't know. I was devastated. I was invited to the premiere in New York.
That's what it was. Yes. And where were you? You were getting ready for
I was deep in my camp though, so I couldn't go. So I wanted to go there. I would have probably got to meet a lot of the. I was stealing, so I would have been sick. But anyway,
who do you think's taller? You were Tyrion, dog.
Mate, that's what I was saying. You're going. Well, where would you be? Like one of the ghosts in the back, and I'll be Tyrion's stunt double.
Oh man, Tyrion. All right, so then Tyrion ends up going to jail, and he's like locked up. I kind of like that Jon Snow went to the wall, though. You know, I don't know. So the way they got there is kind of weird, but the ending was kind of. Maybe kind of the way he wanted the books to end, you know, because Jon Snow kind of goes to where he always wanted to be. Because remember, he met that guy Lance Raider in the north when he went beyond the wall. So yeah, and now Jon Snow he left beyond the wall when they let him go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then
with the I don't know. So with the I know what you mean. So there's a bit of history with Jon Snow being beyond the wall. So I sort of get that. So him going there and being he can eventually be king of beyond the wall, whatever. But then the whole Brandon Stark.
Oh, that one.
The whole time they were acting like he can't be king. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole time I'm watching. I'm like, he even said himself. He goes, "I'm a nobody. I can't be a king." Like as in, yeah. So that was like off the table. So I'm telling you, they made that decision to make him king a couple of episodes before they done that last step. I honestly reckon that's my conspiracy. Something happened. They're like, oh, you know what? Let's just make Brandon Stark king.
That's what I don't get, dog.
All them seasons, it was never leaning towards him being the king.
And he was missing.
He was saying it throughout the whole time.
He was missing.
Hey?
And he was missing.
Exactly. But I mean, he was even saying himself every time people are like, oh, you're a Stark, you should be king of the North because you're a Stark. He's like, I'm a nobody. I'm not a Stark.
Yeah,
can't be king.
And now he becomes
he's
the
saying
king
it for the whole fucking season.
Yeah, and then
all of a sudden he's a king right at the end. I just
And what about killing?
I get fired up thinking about it.
What about Arya killing the freaking Night King out of nowhere? Like, I don't know, man. Like, that wasn't her job to she came out of flying out of a tree, dog. Like, what? Like a squirrel?
Yeah. It's weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was fuck. That was whack too, yo.
It was weird as well. Yeah, again, was that why she done all the training to be the one to end up killing? Maybe that's where they got all that. Like, I don't know. There was just so much. Like I said, there was such a big storyline, going details, and you're like, oh, where's this going?
Yeah.
And at the end, none of it went anywhere.
Yo, what about Jaime? What about Jaime and Cersei? Nothing. I thought Cersei was gonna live. That would have been dope if Cersei lived and like never dies.
I'm surprised that they end up getting back together as well. It's just, man.
Yeah, and then he gets into the fight with Homeboy. Then he gets into the fight with this guy, and they stab each other 52 times. It just became one of those stupid. It became one of those typical Western action movies. Like it came like a Hollywood Bad Boys. Did you see the new Bad Boys?
No, I haven't.
I wonder, would you like to see I would like to know what you thought about it. I don't know, bro. Some people saw it and they told me they thought it was the best Bad Boys. I thought it was so whack, dog. It was like the typical like corny jokes.
Well, like your Fast and Furious, like where Fast.
Yes.
Was it where Fast and Furious went?
Yes, just like that, dog. Nobody ever dies. Corny jokes. It's just like
The first. Mate, that's what I mean. I was like they end up. I don't know. It was weird because they end up doing. At the start, it was pretty realistic and, it was cool. And then the next one, I started being a bit crazy. The next one was more crazy. Then they just started getting, next minute, they're jumping on moving jets. And I don't know, they pull a jet down, steer a jet. I don't know, I'm just making shit up.
It's like explosions.
That just doesn't make it.
It's like nowadays, like it's like in like the Snapchat, Instagram world where they only got us for like 15 seconds, so they got to make every scene is just like explosions and girls and like bikinis, explosions and guns, like and like action and like.
I love the scene where I forget which Fast and Furious it was, where they were on the airplane. The airplane was on the landing strip about to take off. And that scene went for about an hour, and they were on that landing strip still. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's my long ass fucking landing strip.
The never ending landing strip.
It went for like 30 minutes. And they didn't take off. They didn't get to take off, so it was it.
Yo. Crazy. Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
But that's what the Bad Boys is like. You're saying.
I think the Bad Boys was like that too, and that's what they made with Game of Thrones, dog. They just made it the last season it just became everything you want, like instant gratification. It's like every answer you wanted, they give it to you the next episode or like 2 seasons later. Nobody died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was no surprise. You think Jamie's gonna die? He wakes up and he lives. It's like it's always bullshit. Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Yo, what about Jon Snow? My boy gets put in the ice water, dog, and then he climbs out, and then he jumps on this horse, and the horse brings him all the way back to the wall, and he lives again.
Oh yeah.
And Daenerys thinks he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. But there were some good parts. Like I don't know what's the episode when he met Daenerys for the first time. I like that one. That one was dope.
When he met
Daenerys for the first time. I don't know that was like the second to last season, but
the second last season.
I like that stuff.
Second last season.
But
it wasn't too bad. Like I said, man, I loved it all but yeah, just towards the end, I just think it got rushed. Again, I'm all about the storylines. I was big on that, and I don't mind things sort of changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To plot twists and stuff like that. But I just think it needs to make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than just. I don't know. It was just crazy. It was nuts. I could go on about that.
The Daenerys Mad Queen. I think in the book he's probably gonna turn her over like a book or two. I bet you it's gonna be like a long time in the book, and she's gonna go that route, and she's gonna get crazy. But it's gonna be little things that happen that make her go crazy. It's gonna be like little things that push her over the edge, and then she doesn't take some stuff back, and then she just keeps going a little further and a little further. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Show a little bit more. At least. I don't know. Just they didn't really show. What have you watched Tiger King? Have you been watching Tiger King?
Yeah. I saw Tiger King.
Everyone's obviously.
Everybody was. I was just watching it. Yeah, you and Danny were talking about. You and Hooker were talking about the Tiger King. Hey.
Yeah, man.
My favorite guy in my favorite line in the whole series with the guy where the boyfriend goes, "I've liked girls since I was a kid, since as long as I can remember till I met Joe. I always liked girls." And that's his husband.
You know what though? It makes you think how crazy some people can. They talk about manipulating, and then for someone to be able to manipulate a completely straight man and pretty much manipulate him to think he's gay and can marry him. It just makes me think, well, that's crazy.
He did it to two guys at the same time.
Guys that just, I don't.
He had two. I don't even know how he was married twice. He probably wasn't even really married, dog. He was just married in his head.
Man, it's
shit! And then he had the other girl. Yo,
I watched it.
How about the chick with one arm? She came back to work after 3 days.
It's absolute craziness. And like when I was watching it, as I was saying, I literally thought it might have been set up, sort of fake and all that, but it's legit. So
it's legit, yo. It's three different stories too, yo. And I don't know what it is with people that like tigers. They're just, you got to be fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah, man.
I don't know, dog.
Well, that's what it was like, wasn't it? Like, it just shows you every single one of them were pretty weird, and they were doing weird shit.
Yo, if you want to get in the headlines, dog, you could get a tiger, bro. You're the champ. You know what I'm saying? You can easily get a tiger, and nobody can say shit to you, dog.
Man,
because according to you, you're the champ. Like, there's no difference. So it's like, you only a tiger could fit, you know?
Mate, to be honest, we've had actual big cats supposedly around our area, like
just
being wild, like running wild. But I think maybe some people had them. I don't know. Like, they reckon they're like panthers, or like they look like panthers, or they're just big black cats. But it was huge. Get myself one of those and take them home and leave them in the house.
Oh my god, cool. Yo! I met a big cat guy in Thailand. This guy from Qatar. He has like a big cat rescue. He's like one of these guys. And
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you met him.
I know who you're talking about.
He has the ape.
Some good videos of him doing it.
He has the ape.
Yeah.
He has the ape that smoked dabs with Snoop Dogg. His ape smoked weed with Snoop Dogg.
I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
Legit?
Yeah, it's like his famous ape. Yo, you know what's messed up, dog? When your boy, what's up with when Brian Ortega, he pimp slapped Jay Park. You know what I was thinking, dog? I was like, yo, the champ would never do that, bro.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bother with things like that. But I mean, it was funny because I actually knew that was going to happen. So, when I say I knew, because I was there was a bit of Twitter beef between Brian Ortega, Jay Park, and Korean Zombie, and I was involved with it a little bit because Korean Zombie was starting to chat shit.
Yeah, I want to get to that.
And, do the whole, his management was doing it.
Yes.
And that's what it was all about. And then because he done that, I was tagged in the stuff. And then I end up seeing Brian Ortega go, you talk, if you say shit like that, I'll slap you next time I see you. And even I'm like, oh, these boys are getting into it. Like, I'm laughing on the sidelines. And then I got told that, because I went out the back with Izzy. So I was with Izzy out the back while Joanna and Wiley, how do you say it?
Wiley,
whatever.
Wiley,
yes.
Yeah, Wiley.
Wiley, yeah.
We
sorry. Yeah. While they were fighting, that's when it happened. And I was backstage with Izzy and that. But I come back and then I got told, there was just a punch up, Brian Ortega or something like that. And then I was thinking to myself, I bet you it was that Jay Park. I bet you he slapped up that Jay Park. And then I ended up trying to find out, and then it was him because I remember he said he was going to do it. So I ended up seeing Brian Ortega that night.
Oh, what?
I seen Brian Ortega that night, so he was at the after party. And then he's like, oh, you see what happened? I was like, nah, I missed it. But the boys were telling me, and they're like, because they told me that you slapped someone. And I go, I bet you it's that guy because I remember him saying he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you did say you were going to do it, so you weren't lying about that. But again, obviously that guy's not really a fighter, but hey, build a bit of hype. They're probably going to fight now whenever that happens, when the dust settles, I guess, with all this craziness. But once that happens, that'll be a pretty cool fight. And then the winner of that can come take the champ on.
You know what I'm saying? That's a great fight, yo. Do you take a stake in that one, or are you just looking from what are you looking at from an outside perspective? What are you thinking, skill for skill wise? They both have their things, huh?
It's just honestly the biggest fight. A lot of people be like, oh, who's the easier fight? Who's the harder fight? I don't care about that. Biggest fight right now, it's just the biggest fights.
Yeah.
So in our division, I want it to be the number one contender. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'd rather it be a higher profile number one contender, if I could, just to, you know what I mean, just to get the bigger fight. So with Brian Ortega and Zombie, they're both pretty well known. But, Ortega's obviously coming on, obviously fought Max and stuff like that. So if he was to go and take the fight out and win, then, I think that would be a big fight. People will be all hyping him up again. But the same thing, if Korean Zombie takes out Ortega, then everyone's going to be hyping up Zombie and saying he's the guy he's going to smash the champ, whatever. And I'm like, good. That's what I want. I want people to think that. Go out there and then shut everyone up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yo.
And then say sorry. Shut them up and say sorry.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to bash you like that, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, the thing with the Jay Park guy is like, so Korean Zombie, he was, I think obviously his management was just like, oh, we need to try to get some hype behind you. Let's get you going, because obviously I don't think he's got the banter that he was coming off of, right? So I think that's why Ortega was saying he was gonna, because people were saying, oh, I'm the translator, don't slap me. So what do you think though?
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't think he definitely shouldn't have slapped him. But do you think this guy?
Well,
the translator says he's just translating, but all of a sudden the Zombie's got swag and banter. You know what I'm saying? Like a social media guy. He sounds like a millennial. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, exactly. You're right. So when he was saying, he goes, oh, you know, he didn't take that fight. So, you know, he was saying, like, you know, we were meant to fight and he didn't take that fight. So that's probably how he said it.
Yeah.
But then the Jay Bark was like, you know, we were meant to fight, but he's ducking me. You know, so that's how he worded it. Supposedly, that's not what he said. So he goes, oh, you're saying this shit, rah, rah, and then someone goes, oh, he didn't even say that. The translator said you were ducking him. He goes, well, if that bitch is going to say that shit, I'll fucking slap him if I see him, rah, rah.
Yeah.
So you get what I mean? It's a situation where he said he was going to do it.
I wonder if...
you know, whether they fought... Well, I don't... Mate, Jay Park actually went to the arena. Obviously, he thought something might happen.
Yeah.
Because he even said himself, he went past and he didn't say nothing. So I thought, oh, we're all good then.
Yeah.
So he was still expecting something could happen.
For sure. He had to be like a little bit worried when he saw him. Like, he get that like, oh, fuck.
Well, Brian was waiting till there was a lot of commotion. Supposedly, as Joanna come out, everyone's like standing up right there. It was while everyone was right next to where they get like vassoed up.
Oh, yeah.
And they're right there. Joanna's right there. And while everyone was focused there, Brian come behind and goes, oh, you Jay Park? And the guy goes, yep, just slaps him one big one, supposedly. So he wanted to do it while everyone was, obviously, so no one could see while all the commotion was happening, just slap him and no one really know what happened. But
yeah. Hey, and you know what's funny too? Like, I wonder if he's the one that made those things, because I remember he was trying to come at you a little bit, and it was like the what he said was like it wasn't even true. It was stupid. I was like, what are you even talking about? You know what I mean? When he was like,
well, which one?
When he made the
Zombie was saying,
the Zombie was talking about you, and he was like, oh, Volkanovski, this and that, and it's like, yo, he was talking about like. Or getting like you got knocked out 10 years ago or whatever, and it's like, yo, you haven't been finished. You know what I'm saying? And when he just got laid out, it's like we have, you know, and you had the post, but you had to do it. He was saying,
he goes, you haven't knocked someone out for 10 years or something like that. He said,
and when you haven't been training 10 years, you fool.
and then they're like, oh, like when he read it as well, they're like, oh no, he literally just done it a couple of fights ago. What are you talking about? Yeah. And that's when I end up doing that one. I goes. I don't really care about it.
Nah, but I think it was just it's definitely the millennial.
It was more playful anyway. But then I was just like, mate, you can't talk. I go, look at this perfect picture of him just completely laid out, snoring on the floor.
Just recently,
and I'm just like, I'm like, come on, man, you're calling me out, saying you can say I'm ducking you and all that. And like, mate, this just happened not that long ago. You can't tell me you deserve this right now. But whatever, whoever's in front of me.
That's the new game, dog. Again, like the out of character guys.
Whatever it is, I've got a job to do. Whoever's in front of me, I'm going to get that job done.
So then we got
it.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so what do you think? And we're looking like Holloway for the rematch. Give him his deserved rematch.
Everything's pointed to that. And again, for me, as I was saying, look, there's no real clear number one when you're talking about everyone else. Brian Ortega hasn't fought for so long. Zabit hasn't really fought a high, top contender.
No, nobody
hasn't fought a 5-rounder. Korean Zombie is only on a 2-fight win streak.
Not enough.
So it's just, you know what I mean. So they're all very close. They're all about like one fight away. But we're just waiting for that person. You know, whoever. Like I said, if any of them fights one of the other contenders and wins, I guarantee you everyone's saying, yeah, he deserved a shot, like no questions asked. But there's no one. So, and then obviously Max being a great champion, there's nothing but respect to him. I believe he does deserve a rematch anyway. And right now there's no one else. So, whatever. Again, I believe I'm taking that win again anyway.
Either way, yeah.
So
I agree.
It doesn't matter. And like I told you about before with profile, you know. So right now, he is the biggest fight for me.
Yeah.
He's the biggest fight for the division. If that fight goes ahead in Australia, he's the biggest, me and him headline, and that would be the biggest fight for that card. So I just think for the division, for myself, and for the UFC, it's the biggest fight. So whatever. If that's what it is, let's do it.
I like that fight. Maybe that.
But again, the only thing is that I don't think I have had some inside information that it's probably not going to go ahead. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
we're not like we're stuck in what we're doing right now. We're stage 3. They reckon we're going to be at least like this for another 3 months, if not, more of a lockdown.
Wow.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's just that already says that we can't have an arena full of people. People can't fly in and out.
Nah, especially in
so
Australia, it's already pretty strict
so
to get in,
Yeah, man. It's very unlikely, and I have inside information that it's probably going to be postponed.
Yeah, postponed. I guess that's what we're all thinking, but hopefully we're postponed and that's it. But the matches that are gonna happen still come out to fruition just in order that like they were. I'm thinking maybe if it does get postponed, they have like a little under like a little mini tournament underneath, like maybe for a number 1 contender fight, and then have you guys as main event. Maybe like a Brian Korean, and maybe he's to beat somebody else, and then they can kind of battle it out to stick out, right?
Well, man. Look, again, anywhere in the world is going to be struggling to be having many fights or arena field, So, I know it's weird, but I mean, if they could, like, say that we end up finding out they could do the arena, because they're not going to bring a UFC event here if you can't fill out an arena. Perth ain't going to the Perth aren't going to pay the UFC that money if they can't bring the fans there. You know what I mean? So it just does not make sense. So it won't happen. So until that happens, if they can say, look, we're thinking by July, August, we're going to be having filled out, we can fill out arenas, and we're probably going to postpone it till then. I'm like, bang, let's do it. Let's headline it then. That's when it's going to be. As soon as we're allowed to, the day we're allowed, book it in for then, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's going to be a big time, man. But in the meantime, we're doing our best. We're rolling with the punches, sticking and moving, dog. They can throw Corona at us. We're going to slip the Corona. Pickaboo, jab it out, and stay healthy and do our thing. But, yo, man, we've been running up a lot of your time, dog. Thank you so much, my man. Hey, so, before we close out, a few more questions for the champ, dog. Number 1.
Oh, here we go.
Do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? Man. I reckon, look, it's weird. It's one where I reckon, I don't know. I don't know. I reckon it could be maybe.
Yeah.
But if it's weird, I reckon it could be. But if there was footage of aliens and someone showed me, I'm gonna be like, that's fake. That's a load of shit. You know what I mean? So I think I want there to be aliens. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Sure. I don't know. I guess I'll have to say probably not.
I agree. Okay, I'll say finally not. I was always thinking there was aliens, dog, but then Joe Rogan had Edward Snowden on the podcast, and he said in the WikiLeaks he didn't see nothing about aliens, yo. And I think that kind of I was like, fuck, then we haven't been contacted yet, as far as we're concerned. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big ass world, yo. There's Milky Ways inside of Milky Ways and galaxies inside of galaxies.
Oh, so, man, exactly right.
I don't know, dog. Maybe aliens are watching right now. You know what I'm saying? Like laughing at us, like look at these fools.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look at these grubs.
Did Epstein kill himself?
Man, I don't even know enough. I don't even know enough of that. I haven't properly looked into that. But what do you reckon?
Hell nah, dog. I think he was murdered.
Nah.
Yo. I don't know if we get shut down on the podcast or we're gonna bring the powers that be on about us, but there's no conspiracy about it, dog. He was murdered, and that's scary to admit, and that's scary to know, because now I'm like, oh man, bro, if he was murdered and all that stuff with him is true, what else is true, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a deep, dark YouTube hole you can go down. You know what I'm saying? Which now in quarantine, we ain't got in quarantine. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of times to go through. So if you guys want to have fun,
mate, that's what I'm gonna find out as much information on things because I actually don't mind. See, I don't really get right into conspiracies, but sometimes at night I like to just watch a video and I'll look at some conspiracies, and it's funny how this is something that I say to people. It's funny how like believable people can make things, especially if they got a end goal that they want to pitch.
Yeah.
And then they build this whole storyline towards that. They can easily make it believable. You know what I mean? It happens in business. It happens with everything. So it's crazy. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they're just making. I don't know. It's a weird bunch. It's hard to believe anything. You look at both sides of the story. You believe in both. They're both real believable, probably. I don't know.
Exactly, yo. Like the moon landing. That's another one. I never knew the moon landing was a thing, and then I got into this one like a couple of years back when I first started listening to Joe Rogan. I didn't think when you see the moon landing. Have you seen that shit where they got pictures of these guys jumping on trampolines, and it's like, yo, that's the only time we've ever been to the moon. It's like in the '60s or whenever we went. JP, when did we go to the moon?
Yeah, man. I haven't seen the trampolines though.
What's up?
I haven't seen the trampolines, but obviously I know about the conspiracies about it, and then they're talking about the wind on the flag and all that. Supposedly there's no wind up there and all that type of stuff, but it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. What they were saying is maybe they couldn't get a film crew up there, so they just faked the video footage, but that they really went. But they have They have videos of spacemen like jumping on trampolines with like a green screen behind them, with like the things, so it looks like they're walking through space, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. You never know, man. There's some crazy conspiracies out there.
And
crazy conspiracies.
Yeah, man. All right. And from the champ, what is one advice you can give? Because I know a lot of the people that listen to this podcast are like a lot of my teammates from back home. They're all big fans of you and shit like that. Like younger up and comers and all the boys back in Freestyle Fighting Gym and Tiger and everybody who's trained with you.
Yeah.
What advice does the champ give to the up and coming fighter coming up? What's the one thing you would give if some kid asks you what do you think advise him in his career?
Man, something.
It could be anything.
Again, no. I honestly think that a lot of people, you know, when you know, they sort of want to hide from the hard work. So even when they put in hard situations or hard, they're gonna. A lot of people just go through it, just go through the motions, rather than really trying to push them boundaries. Push them boundaries from day one, and it will become you. You will be just instead of you having to work hard to get somewhere, you will just be a hard worker, and whatever's put in front of you, you're going to work hard and just get that shit done. It's just going to be a part of your life. You know what I mean? It's going to be a part of who you are. I am just going to go. If you can go into a gym, again, there's a lot of, you could be so talented and all that sort of stuff, but, you know, having the heart, you know, having a gas tank goes a long way. And if you can do that and then build all the skills around that, you're going to be a dangerous sort of fighter to anybody. So I would say, chuck yourself in the deep end straight away, get them hard sessions out of the way, put yourself in uncomfortable positions and make it comfortable. Get comfortable in them uncomfortable positions. That's what I could say.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
That is Chats with the Champ. Yo, there's no better way to close a show. That is amazing. That is beautiful advice, man. This is one of the things that I've learned from you from when I met you in 2014, brother. You know what I'm saying? You've always been the guy that you put yourself first in the fire. You know what I'm saying? If there's anybody I've learned how to get ready from fights, it's from you, from the best. You know what I'm saying? So I know I take that advice all the time, man. The shark rounds, right? When you spar, you don't have the bodies. Some people make excuses. They don't have the bodies or they don't have the talent in their gym. What do? You get everybody and line them up on the wall. And you know what I'm saying? So
exactly right. I don't have these guys, but if I put all these 4 people against me and give them a 1 minute each on me, they can all go all balls to wall for 1 minute, and they can give me a good workout that way. I remember we used to do that back in the day. Cheers, man. Hey, I appreciate that.
Hey, brother. Thank you so much for coming on the Honey Badger Hour podcast, Volk. It's been a pleasure, and we're looking to having many more chaps with the champ. This is just Champ Chats episode 1. Thank you so much, brother.
That's it, episode 1. Well, that's the thing. We just needed to catch up too, so it's good to have a chat. Always good chatting with you. I love who you are, Emilio. Don't change for nobody. You're the man.
Nobody, brother. Never will, doggy. Love you. See you soon, brother. Tell Emma and the kids I said hello. Big hug from me and JP. Bah!
Well done. Cheers, mate. JP, you're the man.